Hey friends, Jessica here with Creators Couture for part 2 of this tutorial where I'm helping you guys create some romantic soft flowers, and then we're in this part of the tutorial we are going to put them into a composition and just create a really cool abstract vibe with it. So just to go over what we did in the first part of the tutorial, I wanted to create some really soft, kind of luscious feeling flowers. So for that, I actually sampled some colors from for some images of like real flowers. So I created all these color palettes, color blends for my multicolor Photoshop brushes. So if you're a subscriber, you can go ahead and download all this kit, all my resources together. And then I created a few different versions of this like very abstract flower, but I did this one in the live part, but actually I made it a little small, and I think before, whenever I did the ones, they looked a little bit nicer. But also I created some new brushes for the flower because I wanted to to get this sort of like luscious soft effect that I was craving. I made some new brushes, of course. So definitely check out part 1 if you haven't already. So I'm going to go ahead and close this window. But if you are a subscriber, don't forget to check that out and also download all your resources. And I'll have all my other brushes linked down below. So let's just close this out. Try to minimalize here. So, okay, we're closing this one out too. And then we will save. Okay. So this is kind of the one that was my start. This is kind of my first version of it, but I'm always like, oh, what if I do this? What if I do this? What if I do this? So I made 2 different other variations and I had a bit of fun with it. But what I liked was, and the thing that kind of created a little bit of ethereal magic is doing this layer. And I mean, you could kind of think of it as a layer mask, but basically I put I think it's almost the same color as the background. Let's see here. We've got DAC, OAE. Not quite the same color, but I put a cream layer over the top at 70% opacity and put a clipping mask on that, and then just had it blurring out some of the portions of this composition below. And I think I wanted to give this sort of like almost like a frosted sort of effect. And so I just kind of like you were looking at it through a window and maybe some of it was hazy, but you were seeing some of it. So really that's kind of the magic I think that kind of came out of this and that I really liked, and that it just gives the softness to it. So that was the fun part of this, and maybe you'll get an idea. Here's how it looked before, and then with putting that over it, just kind of created this hazy romantic look. So maybe you will get an idea from that and put it into your own designs or whatever, or you can use this as a blueprint. Even you can use the designs that I've already made. If you remember, you can use them in items for sale, so for small business, so you can check that out. So that was kind of my original one, but then I kind of played around with the idea of creating more of a cream background. So this is a different variation and I added some different things. And then this was the last variation where I actually put, rather than the cream background, I put a green on, and just another different variation. I'm not sure which one I think is my favorite, but feel free to drop in the comments which one you like. So I'm going to go window arrange 2 up vertical, my favorite format, and we're going to kind of set this off to the side as a reference, and then let us go to the demo. So I'm going to show you, kind of the basic, and then you can, make you have your own version of it, have some fun with it. So this is what I started off with, is a cream background. And I just thought, okay, let's just lay some of these flowers that I already created in my last tutorial. And actually, I've created 3 different flowers, but I just put the same one, duplicated it, and flipped it around and stuff. So, you can make it a little bit easy for yourself. So I was like, okay, this is the starting point. And now I'm like, because of my color palettes, I was like, I wanted to bring in some of this green here that I had sampled from those images. So I actually started with putting some green down like this. And so this is brush number 2 of my Marble Metamorphoses. So let's just turn that off. Of course, we're using my multicolor brushes because gosh, do I hardly ever use one color brushes. And I've got Marble Metamorphoses brush number 2. And so it's actually a multicolor brush, but because I sampled from these leaves, you know, it's pretty monocolor here, but you know, if you have a multicolor blend, you can see all the different colors coming out of it. I could grab a really wild color palette from another one, and you know, you can see that it's the colors come out really gorgeously. But let's go back to our green. And what did we do here? So I just kind of had some fun and was playing around. I kind of want to just create a little bit of motion. And so, you know, just didn't really overthink it, but you know, I kind of was like, okay, let's just draw in some green here, and kind of wanted to play with this is like a floral, so let's put some green. And so I did something like this. I actually like that. Okay, cool. But then I was like, how do I, it's like you got your foreground with the green in the background. How do I tie the two together? And this was like, so I was kind of racking my brain a little bit. So what I did was I put just some kind of green gradient to kind of bridge that gap. So I'm going to make a new layer here and take my gradient tool and then just pick up some green, or actually I think I picked up quite a dark green. I think this is the green that I selected, to be fair, which I showed that actually on my brush sheet. So yeah, so I kind of just did a couple little gradients, and I was just kind of trying to add a little bit of, you know, depth, kind of bridge that gap. And I should do it just a little bit different here than I did on my other one. So, you know, kind of just add somewhere you feel like it. That drives me nuts whenever you, whenever you, like I go to take a gradient from this side and then it's, what do you call it? It pulls out a ruler. I'm like, ugh, so annoying. Okay, so there we go. Let's just zoom back in here. Okay, so this is kind of a good starting point, so we're kind of feeling it. So the next thing that I'm going to do is actually, here's the kind of softness that sort of frosted layer adds. So I'm going to go, I've got this cream layer here, and it's at 70%. So it's giving us the whole frosted look. But what I'm going to do is create a layer mask, just clip here. And then I'm going to take, and so this is going to leave the whole thing, the whole layer exposed, meaning it's blocking out everything. So what I can do is take my gradient tool and I can get a black, or yeah, black color. And I'm going to go like this and bring out some of this. Oh, and I want to make sure I'm using my radial thing. So I'm just going to kind of play in like this and, you know, play around with making this gradient. And so now we've got that kind of soft, sort of fuzzy effect. We can always adjust this later because this is a layer mask, so it's non-destructive, but this gives us a good starting point because I don't want to do the whole thing and then just put that at the end, because I kind of want to have that idea and see as I draw like how it's going to look below that layer. So let's just do that. And now when I was doing this, I was messing around with all kinds of ideas, but the good thing is that you can take my source files and go through the layers and check them out yourself. So I'm just going to show you this version, but you can check out the other ones that I did, played around with it and see the layers for yourself. Sometimes, you know, you can get lost in your own layers. It's crazy, but there's no like right or wrong with this. This is abstract, and but I just really like that idea, that sort of frosted thing that was, and with some of the things peeking through. So that's good. So let's go here. So this is brush number 9. I think what I'm going to do next is, what I wanted to do was add a little bit of the gold that was kind of like hearkening to me, of course. And so this is one of my my Celestial Gold Mine gold layer styles, and I just painted with brush number 27 from the oh gosh, from the marble brushes. But see how the gold, it even, you know, it's, the gold is also hidden behind that layer, so it makes it a little softer, although you're getting a little bit more here. So that really kind of, I wanted to kind of create this movement, you know, this kind of path. So let's just do that. Let's deselect here. And so I went ahead and I've already got that Celestial Goldmine layer style on top of it. And it doesn't matter what color I paint in or color blend because it's got a layer style. So it's just going to be in the gold. So I'm going to grab brush 27 and kind of play around here and, you know, have a little fun. Create this sort of movement. I kind of want to go in that corner there. You know, you could play with some over here and maybe up here. And I don't know if I want, there we go. Okay, that's kind of cool. Could fill in a little bit more here. You know, just have a little bit of fun. So I'm happy with that. And here we go. You can see with the frosted layer above or not. And also, say if you want this to be a little bit darker here, what we can do is expose this a little bit more. So we can go back to our layer mask and, you know, hide some of that layer so we can see some of that dark, you know, kind of. So you can always adjust it and just have fun with that, having fun with those, you know, bringing out more or what have you. So, you know, if you want, but I like how that's, even here, it's just giving us this, it's giving frosting, it's giving, you know, very romantic. So, but there's no right or wrong way to do it. So I'm just doing my best just to kind of recreate what I did before. So here I use brush number 9 and maybe like a little neutral sort of layer. So let's go to my pattern stamp tool. Oh, I think I used like this, maybe this one here, the last color palette. And let's grab brush number 9. Really, you could grab anything, but this was kind of fun. I like that neutral. It kind of like kind of bridging the gap here, a little bit of brown. It's kind of brownish. Don't like that. So, you know, you can just play around. Oh, there's some brown in the side there. I kind of like that. So just about kind of, you know, playing. I kind of want to bring some of that brown in front of that green. So maybe I'm going to take another marble brush. The marble brushes, I have to say, I didn't think I would use them so much, but I'm having a lot of fun with them. And then especially what I didn't think about was the Celestial, oh gosh, the Celestial Goldmine layer styles. Oh my God, they're just a match made in heaven, those two. Maybe I'll go here with this lighter color palette. I'm just playing around. Brush number 22. I kind of want to bring some light in front of that. So, you know, just have a little fun. Bringing up those layers. This is a little spider webby kind of sort of effect. And then I did add some pink. So, and that's kind of like, I like blending that pink into the background. So it kind of gives us this haze. This one I use with brush 13 in a light pink. So let's just leave that layer there. Let's grab a pink. And oh, it's funny, the light is going down. So I recorded my other video and it's like, I'm sure that the light is changing all the time, giving me a different color. It's so funny. So, okay, this is number 13. Okay, I liked that. This is like, oh, it's really pretty. I'm really feeling this. Adding some of that pink layer in there, kind of bridging the background. It's bleeding. You know, I got this light pink. I could take a darker one too, but I don't know if ooh, it's kind of giving, oh, that's kind of pretty. So what's fun is that when you're sampling colors from images and it's a pretty image, you know, it's like, you know that the colors are going to look good. I didn't have to make any of these color kind of decisions. Okay, I like it. I'm feeling this. So I'm going to hit save. And oh, the last kind of thing that I did was that I wanted to add some Oh, here, what did I add? This is, oh, Marble Brush 21. I did add a little bit of green on top. That's kind of pretty above the frosted layer. So let's kind of recreate this, but this one was Marble Brush 21. So I'm gonna grab one of my greens and then grab Marble Brush 21. Kind of play with maybe hiding some of the gold a little bit. That's why, gosh, I have so much fun. Just, like wherever you feel you need it. That's pretty. Okay, I don't know. You can always undo it. So that's kind of fun. I'll leave it like that. And then I put some light dots, which I kind of wanted to like kind of playing with that. I don't know what I was really thinking, but like to create kind of also more frosted look. So what I did was like I choose a one color brush and actually, let's see here, let me, I don't know what, oh, you know what? Let's go to my, here we go. Oh, shoot. Oh my goodness, the most annoying thing, I haven't used it yet, but the Photoshop beta, now that I installed that, I haven't even had a time to use it yet, but here I use this like really light color of white. So now, whatever photo version of Photoshop you have, it's going to, like, if you double click your Photoshop files, it's going to open with the newest version that you've installed. So now every time I click on one of my files, it tries to open Photoshop beta. And I'm like, oh, and so I have to like uninstall this one, reinstall. It's a drama. I'm not feeling it. Okay, so what I did was for the dots, I grabbed like maybe one of my first few brushes of my, let's see here. I don't know which brush I used. 3. I think I might have spaced it out a little bit. 4. Oh yeah, here, brush number 4. Okay. So where is the one that I'm recording here? So here's the dots that I made, and I don't know, I thought it would be kind of cool. So let's turn those off. And I kind of, even if it's not like, sometimes when I'm doing a thing, I might want to adjust the brush a little bit. So maybe I want to space this out because I don't want it so, I just want like a couple dots here. So, oh, that's pretty. So I'll space that out. So, always remember you can, your brushes are not set in stone. And I just kind of had fun with this. Put some big white dots on here. I just thought it was kind of pretty. Looked a little bit romantic. It's kind of a starry sort of thing. Anyway, that's nice. I don't know if it's exactly like the one that I had before, but close enough. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and hit save. So yeah, I will have all the brushes that I use down below. You can check out the foundation technique, use, create a variation of this for your own, take bits and pieces, or like I said, use this as a template for your own designs and stuff. Or if you're a subscriber, you can have the ones that I've already created and use them as part of a new work. So check that out. Let me know if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, I will see you on the next tutorial. I had a little bit of a hiatus because I've been working on a new, really exciting set of brushes. I'm so, so excited about them. They're going to be so much fun for fall, for holidays. It's going to be, I would say, cozy. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you on the next tutorial.